Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Pam Carey, and I am your host for this special live event. And I want to thank you for joining us here tonight. First off, I'd like to thank all of the Shaklee ambassadors who shared their stories these past 2 days over in our Facebook group. Those stories will stay there in the group and will be available for your sharing going forward. So please go back and listen to them, even if you haven't had a chance yet. Go back in there. We have now several stories, and really just an amazing collection is building in there of all kinds of different stories from people from all walks of life who have found their home here at Shaklee. Tonight, we will be answering 7 of the most common questions that are asked by people who are considering starting a Shaklee business. If you have other questions, go ahead and type them into the chat box, and we will say after the call and answer them at the end of our call. So here we are. Summer is ending. In my town, today was the first day of school. We're entering another season, still facing challenges in life, like phones ringing in the middle of your presentation, high prices on gas and food, rising interest rates, continued supply issues, concerns about our health as we approach cold and flu season. And many of us are just feeling the pinch financially. And we are wondering, like, what are we going to do? So instead of thinking about cutting back and thinking about what you can't have, how about thinking about what you can do to add some income to your bank account so you can pay for the things that you need and have a little extra money for the things that you want? We know that an extra $300 to $500 a month can really make a difference for most families. Some of you have recently left your job or even lost your job and are out on the market looking for a new opportunity. Some of you have gotten your kids off to school and are now asking, what am I going to do with all this extra free time I have each day? Often it's about choices. And as you know, if you don't like your situation, you can change it. My dad always said, you're one decision away from a completely different life. So let's take a look at what's available for you who are looking. Currently, there are 3 top trends in business, and Shaklee happens to be at the forefront of each of them. So you're in the right place. Number 1, we have e-commerce. For many of us, gone are the days of brick and mortar. And here we are in the days of click and order. Online ordering is on trend. It's a thing, and it's here to stay. Number 2 is side gigs. It sure makes good sense to have a second income nowadays. It's extra protection and extra comfort for almost every family to, again, have that extra $300 to $500 a month, maybe even more. So side gigs are a real thing. Got to have more than one stream of income. Number 3 is health and wellness. Now more than ever, people appreciate the value of their health. And so many realize that they can take simple steps to create better health. We can now say that Shaklee is the most clinically proven wellness company in the world. And we are all so very proud to have partnered with them. And I think that message really comes through in the stories as you go back and read them or listen to them. Tonight, we've assembled a panel of Shaklee leaders, people who at one time or another were where you are right now, considering starting a Shaklee business. Some were there last year, some were there a few years ago, and some were there decades ago. And I think I am correct in saying that we all remember the exact moment that we made the decision to join the Shaklee family, and what a decision it was. We've asked each of these leaders tonight to answer a question that we think might be in the forefront of your mind as you consider joining us as a Shaklee ambassador and start your own business. So first of all, we have Sarah. Sarah recently moved from East Coast all the way over to Arizona. Go back and listen to her story. I think she's had 9 addresses in the last 10 years. Like, what in the heck? Sarah, when people talk to you about starting their own Shaklee business, they often have fears. So can you share with us a couple of your biggest fears when you started considering your own business?
Absolutely. And I was thinking about, I've already had 4 addresses this year, so maybe 9 was a little low. I was like, oh, I had to have a triple forward. I had to call the lady. Like, I know the Elburn, Illinois post office lady because she's helping me with my forwards. That's where I'm at right now. But this is our final resting place. who knows? Um, I definitely had a lot of fears. Being formerly a military spouse, my husband's a civilian now. But I feel like once military, always military. And I really was like, who is going to buy from me because we move? I mean, that was the biggest fear. I'm like, well, if I'm only in a place, sometimes we were in a place for 12 months, sometimes 6 months, 12 months, 3 years. And that was like my biggest fear. Who is going to buy from me? And I think that's everybody's, right? For me, it was because we're constantly moving. But the bonus is flipping the script in your head. I think to these things is not who is going to buy from me. It's I'm going to have such a massive network because I move all the time. So I think that's really essentially what, I did in my brain. Okay, like flip the script. This is the fear, but how is it an amazing thing? And that's kind of what I did, because that was definitely like, who's going to buy from me? I think my other fear was I was a teacher by trade. And that was my other thing. I don't know what I'm doing. And again, flipping the script. What do you know how to do? Because as humans, all of us have gifts. And I, by trade, was a teacher. So I know how to teach people about the products or teach people. And one of the biggest things I got from, I can't remember at this point because this was a decade ago. I was either Moira or Katie or Harper, and it's like, have them grow a business beside you. Because I'm like, I can't have leaders under me because I don't know what I'm doing. I would say those were definitely my biggest fears, and you can conquer them, but just by flipping the script in your head.
I was going to say, yeah, I too enjoy that personal development in the coaching and the business world. And when we don't feel equipped, we always learn here at Shackley. We always help each other in that spirit of cooperation. We're in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Sarah. Next, we have Precious. Precious hails from Laurinburg, North Carolina. She's a mom of 3 boys, and I love to say she's an expert couponer, always a girl looking for a deal. And Precious, you're just a fireball of a leader. I loved getting to know you better this year, especially. And I'd like to know how you respond when people say, what if I don't have enough time to run a business? I got a lot to do. I don't have any time.
Wow. Well, that's one of the things that not too many people that know me would ever dare to say to me, because I do a lot. My family is very involved in the community, from church to 4-H to organizations for college scholarships. And we also operate a 24-hour childcare center, not third shift right now, not during these times, but we do a lot. We're always busy. And what I find is when you're thinking about doing a business for yourself, some of the best people are the busiest people because they do so well juggling. So
Right.
the question people ask, well, where do you find the time? No, this is not my house. I'm not home yet. So we've closed for the night for the daycare, and I'm still at the center. So a lot of times people hear me talk about me time. So I have me time, I have we time, and then I have my Shackley time. And so I actually color code my calendar, and I have pink for personal me time. I have my purple church time, and I have my blue time for Shackley. So I have a different color for everything on my calendar. And when I find that I don't have enough of a certain color on my calendar, I'm like, ooh, got to balance that thing a little bit. But here's the secret. I found out that there's nobody in my house awake in the weekend, in the morning, like 7 a.m. Who knew? All that time was wasted. I was like, dreams, wait. And so I actually found a way to discover untapped time. So just like now, all my staff is gone, all the kids are gone. I take a few minutes of me time, and then I go ahead before I take that long 45-second drive home. Yeah. 45 seconds. So before I get on that road, I just stop here. So I got my little setup here at the center, and this is our new recliner for my me time. I actually convinced my mother that was necessary for the center. for the kids' me time mental state. And so I have my me time, I do my Shackley while I'm here, and then I'm off. But truly, I do most of my Shackley on the weekend. So I am really more of a weekend warrior type of person. But the great thing about having a lot to do is Shackley helps you gain skills from being around powerful leaders, and you get to be a better time manager. So look for those times that nobody is doing anything. And my uncle always told us, you don't go out to do Shackley, you do Shackley while you're out.
That's
And as you
right.
said before, we click and order. So Amazon has this thing, if I order 6 things, it comes in 6 different boxes on it by 6 different FedEx or UPS people. And guess what? All of them are enjoying Shackley now.
That's
So,
right.
so the more people that come in my world, the more people I have. I don't have time to go out, so I bring them into me.
That's right, Precious. Well, you got it. You got it. And no doubt you have lots of savings from your couponing too. I can just bet that. Thank you
gosh.
so much, Precious, for being with us tonight. Next, let's hear from my friend Francine. Francine lives in Central Missouri. She's a mom of 3 adult children who's used Shackley products for over 20 years and started her business about 7 years ago. And at one point, as a single mom, I believe Francine told me she had 7 different jobs. Wow. So Francine, wow. I'm tired just saying that. How do you respond when people say, I just don't have enough money to get started?
Hey, Pam, great question. Okay, so when I first started Shackley, there was not a whole lot of disposable income, to go around. So what I was initially intrigued by when my friend Becky told me about the value of the products and just like how long they last, the concentration, like at that time in my life, that was something that was super important. I needed Precious to teach me how to coupon. I didn't know how to do that. So anyway, Shackley came to the rescue. I mean, a box of laundry powder that could last almost a year. Yeah, sign me up. And then the fact that there's a lifetime membership, whether you join as a member or an ambassador, you are part of the Shackley family for life. And I've been involved with some other companies and such where, you have to spend a certain amount of money, or even if you do that, you have to pay a yearly fee. So Shackley does not nickel and dime you, to get all those little fees out. It's about making a difference in your life. So I was already hooked by the whole membership part of it. And I've always been a little bit of an entrepreneur at heart, I believe, always just kind of thinking about what I wanted to do besides my real job. And I had looked at other business opportunities, and it costs money to start a business. Okay, if somebody ever comes up to you and offers you a business opportunity that costs you nothing, run the other way. That is not anything you want to be involved in. A Shackley business is something that you grow that is actually something of value. When my husband and I had our wills done, our Shackley business is in our will to be inherited by our daughters, after we pass away, because it is something of value. So you can start a Shackley business for as little as $50. If you look at different franchising opportunities, it's thousands and thousands of dollars to do something like that. So it's $50 plus any products that you want to start with. And what's beautiful about Shackley is that you are a product of the product. We all use Shackley because we love Shackley. And so it's easy to have conversations with people. And since you're using those products that you're buying for yourself because you love them, they become tax deductible expenses too. So it's not like going to, the neighborhood supermarket and you love this peanut butter and you buy this peanut butter all the time. You don't get to claim that on your taxes, but there are so many things that we buy because we love Shackley that are tax deductible. There's, I will tell you, just between us guys, I was involved with a couple other network marketing companies before I found Shackley. And there are a lot of expenses that you're expected to pay for, things like catalogs and signs and just all that stuff. There's no nickel and diming in Shackley. The expenses that you have directly go back into your business and let you do your job. I love also that Shackley pays us monthly. And if you look at the history of this amazing company, which is over 65 years old now, they've never missed a pay period. And so it's a safety net, to work with this company. And we get paid monthly, but we can also get paid the next day on different bonuses that we earn. So whether you're somebody who doesn't necessarily need extra income, or perhaps you're somebody like me who didn't have a lot of discretionary income. I mean, to get paid the next day and to know that you're getting paid monthly, that's really a nice thing, a nice sense of well-being. And we even, some of the women already talked about some of the personal development. Shackley provides some personal development for us with some really big name people who other people pay lots of money to train with, and we get to do that for free to just help us to become stronger leaders, and so much personal growth in this company. So it really is hard to put a dollar amount on it, but it takes a little bit of money to get started, but you certainly get back anything you invest in it.
Sounds like a good value to me. Thank
Yeah.
you, Francine. Thank you so much. Next, let's hear from my friend Scott. Scott lives in Minnesota and has been with Shackley for the last 18 years. He spent several years working for other companies in this industry. So you really know, Scott, you know the answer. What do you think makes Shackley different from other social marketing companies?
Thanks, Pam. I appreciate the honor of opportunity to be on this panel to start with. So thank you very much. I had to narrow down the list. There's so many things, but I've personally been in the industry since 1994. I was originally with a company that was a services-driven company in technology. Problem with that is technology is always changing, and there's always something new popping up. When I got into Shackley, it's just crazy. The products are so good. We're so far ahead of everybody, nobody's going to catch us. Everybody wants a ground floor opportunity. The problem with ground floor opportunities, most of them don't pan out, just like a traditional business. Numbers are numbers. The businesses don't usually succeed. Shackley's a ground floor opportunity that's 65 years old. And we've got people that have come in this business in the last year, 2 years, that have blown people away that have been in for 50 years. So don't tell me this is a ground floor opportunity. Plus, if you're looking at a company, let's use some common sense here. If they're not innovative, coming out with new products, which Shackley always is, and we're always improving, stay away from that company. If you're not moving forward, you're going backwards. You're not staying still in business. And it goes on and on. We have 4 different product lines. There's some companies out there that have awesome products, but they last for 2 years. So you constantly have to get new products. I was attracted to this business industry because of residual income. I want to do the work. I want to build a business, and I want to get paid over and over again. And what's awesome about Shackley, it's generational. You can leave it behind. So people might have different focuses. I focus on nutrition. Some people might love skincare, but we have those lines, and it's all proven by science. And our comp plan blows everything away. I've seen several comp plans in this industry. Nobody touches ours. Shackley actually did a comparison like 8-9 years ago to a lot of the companies that you recognize by mention, and we blew them all away. And the people, the leadership, and the commitment to this company, and it all goes back to the golden rule, which this company is all about. And they lead by example. Do upon others what you want done to be yourselves. And that's what I love about this is we all work together. And other companies are chasing us. So why wouldn't you want to be with a company why wouldn't you want to play for the best team rather than not the best team, I guess is what I'm saying.
That's right. That's right.
What I've got. Thank you very much, Pam.
Awesome, Scott. Thank you. I love that. Okay, next let's hear from my good friend, Jen. Jen hails from the state of Maine recently, all the way up in Maine, and she was raised on Shackley or in a Shackley home. And so, Jen, how do you respond when people say, do I have to be a salesperson? You already love this product, so but if I'm coming in, do I have to sell stuff?
I love this question. I am a little sassy, so heads up. But no, you're selling stuff every day in your day-to-day life. That's how you interact. And so I think it's flipping the script, like Sarah said. It's how are you perceiving salesperson? Are you thinking of a used car salesman, or are you thinking of a college admissions counselor? Both people are trained in sales, right? And it's how you're getting approached, how you're receiving that idea and concept. Are you single and dating? You're selling yourself. Are you trying to convince your kids to eat a meal? You're selling that. Like, you're selling every day in your life. That's part of it. We live in a capitalistic society. There's exchanges constantly happening. So you can reframe it however you want. You can call it sharing. You can call it educating. The people that are most successful in this business, I've noticed, are the people that meet people where they're at. They lead with love. They build connections, and they support people and offer the education. And from those things comes sales. So at the end of the day, you're selling, but it's how you approach it and how you choose to approach it. And so You don't need to have a formal sales background, but I believe we're all trained in sales in some capacity in how we interact in everyday life. So it's how you choose to view it.
Perfect. And when we find something good, we tell people about it, right? When we find a good restaurant to go to, or the good movies, or where to get the cool shoes or the fun jewelry, we always tell our friends. That, again, like you said, Jen, is selling. So we always just want to share our hearts with people, and it seems to work. These products are awesome and they change lives. Thank you so much, Jen. Okay, next let's hear from Barb. Barb is my colleague from here in Chicago, and Barb earned her degree in nutrition from Cornell University, and she's been with Shaklee for 40 something years. I don't know, the years are ticking away. And yes, you heard that right, 40 something years. Barb, how do you respond when people say, well, how can I be successful? Like, I don't have letters after my name. I don't have any credentials. I'm not a nutritionist, a dietitian. I'm not a nurse. I can't talk about health and wellness.
Well, I think hearing from all of our speakers tonight really speaks to that, because people in Shaklee, one of the beauties of Shaklee for me is the great diversity of backgrounds, of ages, of experiences. But what we all bring to the table is a desire to do work that's meaningful, that contributes to greater good. And all the rest we learn. And we learn here. And we learn that leaders are learners, perpetual learners. I hope I'm continuing to learn till my dying day. So we learn about how to live healthier lives, and we learn about marketing, and we learn about people skills and communication skills, and the training that that Shaklee offers, that some of the earlier folks alluded to, is free and it's excellent. Shaklee is really known for its training. So my observation has been that all of us get better by association. Our people skills get better, our ability to connect, as Jen talked about. Sarah talked about how it helps us to learn new mindset way of looking at the world. It's often referred to as the best personal development course you'll ever take, but I think it's one of the best courses you'll ever take, as people long to live in a community like this.
That's right, Barb. You said it all. So if you're considering joining Shaklee and you think you have to go get your certified nutrition consultant certificate or some degree of some sort and invest in some tuition, you can just put that aside and spend your $50 to join Shaklee, and then you can be right on board and we'll help you learn. So ready, set, go. Somebody once told me they're almost ready to start their business, and once they were close to memorizing the entire catalog, so they've been working on it for 6 months and they're almost ready to start talking to somebody. So that's unnecessary. Just jump in and share. All right, lastly, I'd like to introduce you to Moira. Moira has been my co-host over here in the Sneak Peek Facebook group, and she was the first person to join my team as an ambassador some 22 years ago when our oldest sons met in childcare at the health club and they wanted to set up a play date. It's real. Those sweet boys are both getting married this year. And Moira, it's just been great to work alongside you for all these years. And you know, lately you've really done such a fabulous job on social media. As a woman in her 50s, she's not afraid of that. And I'm envious of what you're doing, and I'm watching you, and so are a lot of other people. But many people are intimidated by technology and they don't like social media. So what do you say when people say, yeah, but you know, do I need to be online all the time, or do I need to be a pro at social media? Ugh.
Yeah, it's a great question. And people ask that often, and I appreciate everybody saying some kind words about me with social media, because I am having fun there. But, you know, we have been in this business a long time together, you and me, Pam. And, you know, we started with a notebook and we had a bag phone, like those big phones, you know, and I had a pen and like we wrote things down like that. And so that's how we did our business. And it worked then. I mean, Barb, when I first met Barb, and still today, she has product at her home, like in quite a significant inventory, and people come and pick up at her home, as well as, you know, they get things. So things change over time. And so I tell people, no, you don't have to be an expert on social, but there, you know, as Scott said, you know, technology changes, things change. And so I think in order for us to change with the times, or, you know, we do need to kind of learn and adapt. And I'm thankful for social media because Sarah Galbraith came to us because of social media, because one of her friends shared something that she was doing, like this cool cleaner, and she was giving away samples, and Sarah said, I'll take some. Well, that's the way her story started. So I tell people, you don't have to, but again, we've got lots of people to help you learn about that. And again, we help each other with ideas, and we watch each other. Like Barb said too, we kind of all associate together and we learn from each other. So we can learn social media. Again, you don't have to be an expert, but you can do certain things. And you can also set your boundaries to say, I'm only going to share on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, and I'm not going on TikTok, and I'm not going on Snapchat. You know, that's it for me. But I also like to say is that we can, as Precious said, like, we go out and then Shackley just comes right along with us, because that's what Pam and I used to talk about a lot. Like, we're just doing a little bit every day, and we're talking to a few people every day, but what we're doing is we're doing life, and we're living healthy lives, and we're sharing that example with other people. And so I just got home from the grocery store, and I talked to a couple people there that I knew. And then I went to the health club yesterday, and I saw people there, and you know, people ask, well, what are you doing? And wow, your skin looks great. And so we can go on social, but you can also just share in the life that you're leading now, because that's what we do. Again, we live healthy lives. We try to be an example for others, and we talk with other people about that. So the cool thing is, this is your own business around, you know, surrounded by all these wonderful people that are helping you, but it is your own business. So you can really run it however that works for you. You can do it a little bit, you can do it a lot, you can work for a long time, you can work with your husband, you can, you know, there's just so many choices. So we like to say there's no have to's. There's just things that you choose to do. And if you choose to be on social, great. And if you choose to not, and share in your neighborhood coffee clubs and, you know, health clubs and things like that, that's fine too. But social sure is a fun place to go and, you know, share and people again, with social, again, with Sarah, she was down, I think, in Texas at that time. So you can share with people all around the United States. We're here in the western suburbs of Chicago, but when you get on social, you can reach people all over the world. And I think that's pretty exciting. So we can reach people, and then we can help people all over the world as well.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Keep rocking it on social media, Moira. Thank you, everyone. Those were just great answers. So now, as we're getting to the bottom of the hour here, thanks to all of you again for being here and taking the time to be with us tonight. And if you thought of people while you were sitting here that you wish, you know, your friend or your relative or your neighbor or somebody was on here too, this is being recorded and will be posted in the Facebook group. So please go ahead and share that. We have a very special offer before we close this up. We have a special guest who's going to bring us an amazing offer. So here is our Director of Business Development for the Central and Eastern regions in Shackley, Robbie Carter. He's going to tell you all about it. Where are you, Robbie? Where are you?
I'm right here. I got my Shackley Leafs behind me. And guys, it's just, every time I hear like our ambassadors speak, I just get fired up, and meetings like this, they get me excited. So before I share anything with you guys, okay, this is straight to our group and the people that you are sharing directly with. So none of this goes on social media. Like, this is an offer for you to go and share with people that are interested in becoming ambassadors. Not, hey world, here's this offer. This is an offer for me to you, okay? So, all right. So we're so confident, okay? We're so confident in what we're doing here at Shackley that, more importantly, we want you to continue to talk to the person that invited you here tonight, to learn more about the business opportunity, to talk to them about how you felt, to talk to them, you know, what you thought, touch base with them. Like, you know, hey man, I was super inspired by, you know, what Francine said. You know, take the time to really talk to the ambassador that invited you here tonight, or to watch this recording. And honestly, they're going to help you make this decision just a little bit easier. And so my offer here for you today is, if you get started as an ambassador today through Sunday, so that's the 17th through the 21st with a $150 order, I'm going to hook you up with a $50 free product choice of your choice. So you can pick any product of your choice that's $50 or below. And if you join or upgrade with a $250 order with your kit as an ambassador, I'm going to hook you up with a $100 product of your choice. So we also have a current promo going on that the Shackley family all knows about, where and it's, if you join as an ambassador, or if you sign up and you help someone sign up on their health journey with a $150 order of their own, you're going to earn your kit back. So just to repeat that, so if I sign up as an ambassador tonight and I go and help my friend Jen sign up with a $150 order and get her health journey started, I just earned my ambassador kit back, and I'm going to be reimbursed that $50 or that $49 kit. So that is really cool. That's already currently going, but I wanted to put a little cherry on top and offer that $50 free product on top of that promo that's already going, or a $100 product according to how much you come in as or upgrade as. So I'm just excited about that, guys. So take the time to invest in yourself. Take the time to start a business today. You know, and I kind of always relate this to, you know, I talked to one of my brothers here recently who just took the time to buy into a Chick-fil-A. And I said, well, what did that go for? And he said anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000. And I was just like, man, that's no chump change. And not a lot of people can do that, but you can get a business started here with Shackley for $150, plus that kit. And that's, honestly, guys, that's incredible. And you can really change your life in regards to whether you want to work this full-time or whether you want to work this, part-time and make a little bit of side income. There's so much good things that we're doing here at Shackley. And so, we're excited for you. We want you to take the time to invest in yourself, talk to the ambassador that came. So just appreciate letting me jump on here and offer that special gift for you guys, Pam. So
Thank you, Robbie. That is amazing. That is a great deal. So get to it, everybody. So this is good through Sunday night at midnight Central Time. And then when we have those people who want to join us and be part of the Shackley family now and begin their business, we're going to have a Google sheet. Is that right, Robbie? You'll put that in our group for us, that we can enter their order number and information, so Robbie can get those products sent out to your people. They'll come under separate cover, and then that reimbursement of their kit will come from the company. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's all we have for tonight. We hope this event has answered some of your most prominent questions as you consider joining and starting your wellness business. And for those of you who had any extra questions, if you want to put those in the chat, if you have anything else that we missed, we'll hang out for afterwards and we'll get them answered. But we do respect your time, and we hope you enjoyed this little half hour together, and we hope you have a really great night. So thanks so much.